Welcome back, everyone, to the Food and Drink Business Podcast live stream of interviews being recorded here on the exhibition floor at Food Pro 2023 with all the sights, sounds, and experiences you'll have at an event like this. And of course, this, as with all our other live streams, are being sponsored by AFSystems. Kim Berry, I don't think you're getting any chance to get out of that chair, or maybe the next one we'll swap someone in.
I think Lindy's popping in. Yeah. But yes, we're into the afternoon of day three.
Yes, it's hard to tell sometimes.
It's like Food Pro, but it's also like,
marathon.
An annual competitive challenge as to how many hot chips you can eat in one day.
I think I'd win.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a good run for it, though.
You've got to do it fast because they don't stay hot for long.
No, I noticed that. Now, on to far more interesting matters. We have with us Malcom Neill from AFSystems. Hi, Malcolm.
Hi, Kim.
And
Hi, Grant.
Charl Marais from Roff. Sorry, I've done that wrong, haven't I? Is it Roff or Roff?
Roff.
Yep. From Roff Milling. He's the Managing Director of Roff Milling. Welcome, Charl.
Yeah, thank you, Kim.
So, Malcolm, tell us about AFSystems. What do you guys do?
We've come from the agri-food sector.
Right.
So we can't have food if we don't have agriculture.
This is true.
Uh-huh.
I think more people are grasping that now.
Yes. So we're very much we do the whole end-to-end solution. We start on farm, we go through the gate, we get to the factory, and we do various processes around the processing of foods, the moving, the mixing of foods, and getting it through to the end packaging line with the clients, automate that space, and then from there we then also can manage the waste process as well.
Right. Okay. Yep. So just excellent. Charl, tell us a little bit about Roff. What's the story there?
Roff is a South African-based company.
Is that? I wouldn't have picked up on that at all.
Yeah.
Subtle.
Yeah. My publisher, Lindy, is South African. So, and it seems like nearly about every third person at Food Pro is South African.
Yeah, wow. Okay, right.
You guys are clearly highly successful in the food and beverage space.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of people to feed in Africa, so I guess we know what we're doing.
The partnership we have with Roff is in our manufacturing,
right?
And part of that process is Western engineering standards.
Yeah,
it's a critical part of having a successful processing plant. And the relationship with Roff is a new one, but it's a very big expanding environment for the agri sector.
Yeah. So you were founded it's founded in South Africa?
Yeah, we are, and our company's got a lot of parallels with AFSystems. I think we are working probably about 2 years or so together now, and exactly the same. We also fill the agricultural space in South Africa. We have farmers, fairly big commercial farmers who are moving into the food space, and our company is well positioned for that. Yeah, so we'll typically help a farmer to start producing foodstuffs, and that's half of our business, and the other half is just food processing.
Okay.
Specifically in powders and dry products, flours. That type of thing. So we process grains into flour or grits or whatever. So we are really specializing in taking seeds apart.
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what we were talking about earlier about the 3 C's of the business that is what AFSystems looks after as well. So the two of you working together makes complete sense.
Yeah. So the 3 C's are crushing. Meaning Roff milling equipment.
Yep.
Conveying, which is what AFSystems started out in doing in the agri sector, and that technology has come a long way in 5 years. Where everything's now about bright shiny stainless, but to be the food safe variables.
Yeah.
And that then probably the biggest part of our business now is the automation side of the factories and managing the processes and the recipes, getting the integrity of the foodstuffs. So one of the flavors we're picking up here this week is food ingredient companies. A lot of manual handling involved in in moving processes,
Right.
and reducing some of the risk factors associated with their businesses,
Yeah.
as well as ensuring if you want a schnitzel mix, that the schnitzel mix is the same each time,
Yes.
and making sure those flavor profiles there, making sure the coatings are right, making sure the flour consistency is right. So there's a whole heap of things just in a very simple little ingredient mixing plant, and it's great to see that industry as vibrant as it is in Australia.
Well, I know that Felicity Parker was telling us on day one that the number of exhibitors in that ingredients sector has increased by 200%, like at Food Pro now compared to the last event, and it's incredibly dynamic, and there's so much happening and developing all the time.
Yeah, it's a big space, food.
Yes, it's quite broad.
Yes, and we were briefly, before we came on here, I was talking about beer, so we might come back to that
Let's
later.
do that. No, we can talk about it.
I just want to drink it.
We'll just put a timer on.
Yeah. But the food space, you've got all types of dietary restrictions and processes, and one person's product that is a grain, there's byproducts that come from that. We can talk nuts, and we can talk oil, and we can talk cleaning of that process, smoking of a process, all of those things.
Yeah.
Roff and ourselves at AFSystems work on.
Yeah, fantastic. So tell me, what's your take on the show? What's your sort of view of how it's going? And
yeah, I think we're at an interesting point in the agri-food manufacturing
very much so
journey.
Yeah.
We've come from a very traditional protein space.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk about alternative protein, which it's an interesting subject, and how we're going to feed the world in the future.
Yeah.
So I think there's still a lot of work to be done in that area, but at the same time, we've got to work out how to keep food sustainable, and how we make great coffee, or how we're going to make special beef patties or alternative meats and these things.
Yeah, there's the sector is, I think, having a really, pretty good look at itself at the moment, in terms of what are we doing, and could we potentially be doing it differently, or not at all, or doing it better. So and it must be fascinating for you as one of the equipment suppliers to see how that's changing.
Yes, there's very much how to be more efficient in your business.
Yeah.
And Roff and I are very much focused on that process, because energy is getting more expensive. Labor's a challenge. Ensuring that the traceability of your products is correct. Labeling, we won't even go into labeling. So
yes,
it's a tricky business, food.
Yes.
So we spend a lot of our time with our clients, understanding their processes, understanding where their pain points are, what is it that's going to make their business more successful, and within that is who are their suppliers. Because what we also see is, and this is this gate to plate sort of concept.
Yeah.
One person's business flows onto another person's business, and we're all very interlinked. And in the 2.5 days now we've been here at the show, there's people coming and talking to us all the time about, do you know such and such?
Yes, right.
and it's as big as Australia thinks we are. We're actually quite small. And hence why we want to bring our manufacturing partners from other continents. Because there's a lot of technology out there that can help the Australian space. We just got to be innovative. And the introductory conversation, it's really about the innovation of food and the innovation space, and how we do that better.
Look, thank you both for coming along. I hope the rest of the show is a big success for you. And it is such an interesting time for the industry.
It certainly is, and this has been one of many amazing discussions. But gents, thanks very much for joining us. Kim, well done navigating us through that topic. And of course, thanks to all who've tuned into this food and drink business interview, conducted live at the exhibition floor of Food Pro 2023 with all the sights, sounds, and other such experiences. We'll be back shortly with another informative discussion sponsored by AFSystems, who have asked me to read this out. Looking to reduce labor processes, resulting in a boost in your profits? AFSystems offer automation solutions that will take your productivity to the next level. Contact them today at trimat.com.